we come up here and we're like, I don't even know what I'm gonna do or sign up for. It's like, I know it's not easy, but again, when we create the environment, we don't have to do anything. The environment does it for us. It's like an invisible drug. Now, I don't do drugs, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any of that, okay? But I can tell you guys that I used to do all of that. And the only reason is because I wanted to break out of my shell. I was tired of being like Hermit the Crab, someone that was like, I was living a fake version of who I truly was. And one day I just broke out of it. And then when I did that, I was like, I don't need the drugs, I don't need the weed, I don't need the alcohol, I don't need any of that stuff. That was my unlock, And so, what was the question there?
So I know Thursdays and Saturdays are when you have your class, and it's every other week. So is the Saturday meeting the off week for the Thursday meetings?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
So it's always going to be like once a week type of thing.
Okay.
So if we're having a class on a Thursday, then we're not going to do one that Saturday, and vice versa. And the common question is like, there's just so many classes. I mean, I can't book out that many sessions, And here's the thing, guys, you don't have to. You already picked up a couple little changes just from today, and this was like nothing. But like, you already did that. Part of it is you want to surround yourself with like new possibility and a new environment, and you're like, oh wow, almost like I'm living inside this matrix, and it's like, oh, these people over here, they're not. And like, I just see a different reality, and like, I could go out there and just be different, because like, a lot of this is just invisible shackles, So you don't have to make endless classes for 12 months. Literally in the first class, you guys are going to notice a bunch of aha moments. Now, not today. Today was just like a couple of small little injections. Small. but I mean, in the first class, you're going to have other people there, and it's going to be a very different kind of coaching. Today was, again, I have to give you a little bit because you have to feel the sample. I can't sell my program. Like it sells itself, and it's a feeling. If you got some kind of feeling, you're like, oh, okay, I think I want more of it, But in that first class, you're going to notice a lot of big changes, because I'll have you up there doing different types, not like today, different types of drills, and then you'll be doing it in front of like more people. It's really awesome. Because if you think about it, what's the price of the confidence that you have out there? How can you even put a cost on it? I know for me, just walking into a room, I would always monitor my thoughts. I was always self-conscious. How am I coming across? Am I effective? Are they really listening? Or Like I would always like be inside my head, stifled. And like, what's the price of that? And we think about how much money we spent just last year alone when we went to Black Friday shopping, or a lot of the money that it just goes down the toilet, and then what's the return on it? For a lot of us, what's the return of like actually being a level 10 confident person, having that charisma on tap? Can you guys imagine it? Like, I'm talking about, guys, it's way beyond what you even think. You think, oh, I'm going to be confident in team meetings. When I do my presentations, I'm going to be confident. It's way beyond that. I'm talking about mental health, motivation, to where you can just feel motivated for no reason at all. Well, why? It's because you have no more baggage. So this one thing, there's a great book out there called The One Thing by Uri Geller. You guys ever heard of it? It's called The One Thing. It talks about what's the one domino in your life that when you were to knock it over, it knocks over all the other dominoes in your life. Can you imagine that? And what I'm here to submit to you is that domino is public speaking, communication, confidence. When you knock over this domino, all of a sudden, I'm motivated to go to the gym. I never saw the connection. All of a sudden, oh, my dating life is out of control. What? And if you're single, why? Because if you're not single, your dating life won't be out of control. But your relationship will get enhanced. Some people come to me, I don't know why I get nervous around my boyfriend. I don't want to lose him. I feel like I'm monitoring myself. He's losing attraction to me. And it's like, yeah, it's everybody say force of personality.
Force of personality.
Force of personality. It goes so much deeper than you realize. You're thinking about your job. I'm thinking like way beyond your job. I'm talking about where you can have the kind of confidence where you can just have opportunities come to you left and right. Everywhere you go, people will notice you. It's not just my company that can give me money. I can get money other places. Maybe even starting a business. So I'm thinking way beyond that. And that's another reason why we do 12 months is because when people start to see the freedom that they feel and then they see like the different stuff that other classmates are doing. We got a couple millionaires in the group. And you start to see like, well, you're like, hold on a second, why am I playing down here? I could really be playing up here. And I'm not saying quit your 9 to 5. I'm just saying there's going to be a lot of opportunities that will start coming at you. And you're just like, oh, let me trace it back. Where did it all start? It all started with that one domino. Public speaking. Who would have thought, right? So I have enough time to get you guys up here and work different aspects of public speaking. You can bring your presentation to the class, bring your slides for work. If you want some of it to be confidential, we won't film it. You're gonna have so much footage on yourself, by the way, speaking of filming, that for a lot of you, just like, wow, I didn't know I was doing all these things. I didn't know. And some of it's good. Like you're doing a lot of good things. Some of it is like confirmation. You're doing a lot of great things, but you need someone to help you like identify it, you know? And some of it is not so good and it's turning people off and you have no idea about it. And so it's designed to interrupt these patterns to bring out the most charismatic version of yourself. And I'm gonna end here on this last 30-second note. This is nothing to do about public speaking, but it's coming from my mental freedom, social freedom, physical freedom, relational freedom, financial freedom, and spiritual freedom, my freedom circle. And this is something that, you know, I read this book many years ago called Think and Grow Rich. Who's ever heard of that book, by the way? Think and Grow Rich? Have you read the book?
I haven't read it, but I've heard it.
It's a great book. It's a great book. But in that book, Napoleon Hill, he talks about how there's fears that people have. There's the fear of ill health. What if I get sick? Oh my God, I can't support myself. There's the fear of death. There's the fear of losing a loved one. There's the fear of poverty. There's the fear of criticism. That's why people don't like to be in front of the camera. How many people here, you like to be filmed? You like to be on video? Well, that's about to change. Everybody say, turn to your neighbor, give him a high five, say neighbor. I hope you're ready for a change. Because you're about to be on camera.
Because you're about to be on camera.
Yeah. You guys are going to get real comfortable with the camera. But this is coming from the different freedoms that I talk about. And, you know, there's the mental freedom when your conscious mind and your subconscious mind has to be aligned. There can't be a conflict. How many people understand we have stories that govern our behavior? You guys get that? We have stories. So we're going to uproot some of that. There's the social freedom. Everybody go like this. Say my social freedom. We're all social creatures. And what this class will help you to do is to create baseline confidence, not situational confidence. Baseline confidence means core confidence. Who I am in front of you or you or you or in front of family members, that's who I am in front of my boss. That's who I am when senior leadership just entered the Zoom call. You guys get it? Core confidence. Everybody say, I woke up like this.
I woke up like
And it never turns off. It never turns off, right? So then there's the physical freedom. The physical freedom is to incorporate a kind of a workout program in your life that's designed to get you to move. I think that's important. And I do talk about that sometimes. Because, hey, I'm coming from a place where I'm on drugs, I'm drinking, I'm overweight, I'm doing all this stuff. And you know what? We don't need any of that stuff. I'm not saying you should quit it or you don't. Everybody makes their own decision on that. I'm just saying there's another way. But to ignore your body, that your body has to actually move, I think is foolish. And the reason is because your personal reality is what comprises your personality. Can you imagine I'm up here giving all this advice and I'm 300 pounds? Would y'all listen the same?
Well, probably not, because I mean, like, looks matter a lot.
Y'all,
They really do.
y'all won't listen the same.
Because it's like, well, what are you doing, like, with your life?
Yeah.
But it's public speaking. It's not workout. I'm not a trainer.
Yeah, but are you, like, using your own public speaking skills to get anywhere in life besides public speaking, right?
You see? You see where I'm going? Right? Right? Could I even have energy? Be like, speak louder! You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't do it, right? So that does matter. We want to create movement because an object in motion tends to what? Stay in motion. And what is it that creates emotion? Motion. Motion creates emotion, right? So it is related, actually. And then there is, of course, the relational freedom. Relational freedom. And to me, relational freedom is having the ability to attract romance into your life. That's an actual skill. I don't know if you knew or not, it's an actual skill. To create that skill set, and some of that stuff we cover in the class, believe it or not. Like, it's not for everybody. Like, if you're like, no, I've been married for 5 years, like, good. For you, we're not gonna touch upon that. But for some that are like, no, I am single and I am kind of wondering how can I become the best version of myself to attract a ideal partner into my life. So the program will help you with that. And then, there's the financial freedom. And everybody say, show me the money.
Show me the money.
Show me the money. So financial freedom to me is when that thing that you have in your heart, you put it out to the world. And when you put it out to the world, that's not financial freedom. But when you put it out to the world and when people are paying you for it, you're en route. Like, it's going to snowball. It's only a matter of time before all of a sudden you notice, like, wow, all of a sudden I'm getting paid to do something that I love. That's not just hokey dokey advice. Like, that's real. And then the last one is, everybody say, my spiritual freedom.
My spiritual freedom.
Spiritual freedom. And, I think you can have it all, but if you don't solve for this question, you really don't have anything. And earlier in my 20s, now, by the way, I'm not here to tell you what to believe. But earlier in my 20s, I came across this video called The Case for Faith. You can watch it on YouTube. It's up there. It's a documentary. And this documentary was created by Lee Strobel, who worked for the Chicago Tribune. He was a very scientific-minded person. He was an atheist. And one day he decided to go on this journey to disprove the Bible. That was his agenda. And he goes on this journey. It takes him 3 years. And finally, at the end of this journey, he says there's more evidence to believe than to not believe. And so today he's no longer an atheist. And that video on YouTube, it's called The Case for Faith by Lee Strobel. It spoke volumes to me, and I pass it along to you. Now in the program, we have different religions. We accept everybody. We're all like one big family. I think the scariest thing in the world is to believe in nothing. I lost my sister to a rare lung disease in 2018 called hypersensitivity pneumonitis. And she was 45 years old. You probably heard the saying, tomorrow's promise to no man. Who's ever heard that? No, today's promise to no man. Today's promise to no man. So if my sister had an average life, the average life in America is 76. If she had an average life, she would have had another 33 summers left on this earth. That's not a lot of summers, is it? So I think we should ask the bigger questions. Because really, public speaking, all that stuff, like, all of this will be forgotten. Like, money, it's all, none of it matters. Like the biggest stuff is like, you know, what happens after I die? You know, imagine that you have a lighter and you're just doing like that in the wind, and you catch a glimmer of that lighter to go on, and then the wind blows it out. That's our life. You know, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. I think today, you know, is the beginning, not the end. If you'll let it, this program has created more magic that I could have ever seen. It's also helped people economically like crazy. People getting promotions, opportunities, business. It's way more than public speaking and all the other things that it does for you, and it puts you into a network. So I really, really hope that, you know, today is the beginning, and today is kind of like day one. Not one day I will. One day I'll join the public speaking. Not to mention our pricing is going up, so that's another, you know, I guess reason to move forward. But don't mistake my passion for pressure. I already, like, business is going good for me. I do corporate training when I'm not doing this. It's all public speaking. That's all I do full time. But business is going great for me. So it won't make that big of a difference. Like if a few more people sign up, like the class is the class. It's all one community. But I think, to be honest, I think it will make a big difference for you. You know, so you know, sometimes it's like one decision that like I just made it, and then I had no idea. Some decisions like we make, we're like, that kind of was, you know, it was a meh moment. But some decisions we make, and it's, if you trace it back, like moving to Atlanta or doing something like one thing that just like, wow, that had a lot of multi benefits in my life. This is one of those decisions. You make this one decision, find a way to do it, whether your company pays for it or not. You're gonna see that it's gonna like give you so much. In this day and age, you know, people live right now where social media, we get bored, dopamine hacking, like AI is coming, all this stuff. It's like sometimes we're just like we're running around on empty. You guys know what I'm talking about? We're just like, what's the point of it all? You know, I don't even want to do any of this. Like, I'd rather just stay in the house. I don't even want to stay in the house. That sucks too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm here to tell you guys, there's another world out there that we've created another world at Atlanta Public Speaking, and man, it's life changing.